Well, good evening, Alaska. It's a big day across the lower 48 states, and this one from New York. James Stumpf is sending a view of the eclipse in to share it with us. Lots of people, millions of people taking in that view today. Well, here in the Anchorage area, some sunshine. A lot of people thinking spring as the sunshine is still holding over the Anchorage area into the evening hours. Our official high today at 39, the normal 42, but the record from this date is from 2019 when we reached 54 degrees then. And current temperatures across the metro area, 36 from Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. But we do expect to see some temperatures that will go below that freezing mark in some areas of town tonight, but still holding into the 40s. In fact, 44 on the east side of town at the Campbell Creek Science Center. Some strong winds across parts of the Aleutians. Those are seeing mostly north winds around Unalaska, King Cove, a 54-mile-per-hour gust. Made it to 40 miles per hour out of the Bethel area. We also pick up some winds into parts of the Panhandle. Here's a look at some of those high temperatures. And yes, you are seeing some single numbers. They are going to see some sub-zero temperatures along the west coast as we go through the overnight hours, and even double digits below the zero mark along the Arctic slope. 37 in Fairbanks today, 24 degrees for McGrath, and then we saw those warmer temperatures spread through the south central area, parts of through the Aleutians, and 40s out of Panhandle locations, but they're going to see some colder air overnight. Temperatures and conditions, well, there were clear skies all across the west coast ahead of this next storm system that will be a big April weather maker all over again. But for now, we have colder temperatures moving through with those north winds. It's been bringing that colder air mass our way. That's going to even impact much of the interior. And you can see that there's blizzard warnings out, also winter storm watches into the interior of the state, a high wind watch. This is all in anticipation of the storm system that's really not even in the picture yet, but it will be a big weather maker starting from southwest Alaska. You'll see those gusts start to pick up anywhere from 30 to as much as 50 miles per hour. Snow, blowing snow. This will continue into the Nome area across parts of the Seward Peninsula to the coastal areas and continue north to Point Hope and even as far north as Point Lay. So Red Dog Mine, you're on the edge. Kivalina, Noatak, you'll all be in this winter storm activity. Meantime, in the Gulf, there's still that storm that's going to continue to rotate, bringing Panhandle locations, a lot of snow, rain mix, and then we'll turn our attention to the west, where another big spring storm will continue to move through the week with blizzard conditions, gusts of 50 miles per hour, thus those blizzard warnings, along with the possibility of heavy snow. Some areas could see up to 12 inches of snow with this fairly large storm. It's actually going to be a pair of storms. Let's get to our forecast into Tuesday. In advance of that storm, you'll still see some pretty nice conditions over the west. The wind and rain and snow will start to pick up across the Aleutians, but we'll start to see those storm impacts across the state really Wednesday night into Thursday. For southeast Alaska, the next couple of days, we'll see some rain-snow mix, especially through the evening hours, that snow mixing in across the Kenai Peninsula. What we'll be anticipating is high temperatures into the upper 30s around Kenai, 34 for the Seward area. Staying with that snow-rain mix as a possibility out of Prince William Sound and even into the Matanuska-Susitna Valley location. So a high temperature that will top out around 40 degrees for the Anchorage area for the next several days. So have a good evening out in Anchorage, Alaska, while we still have some nice weather out there before the anticipated chance of rain and snow.